Hello, hello, this is Jilly Bling. I have a project that I have been waiting to make, or actually waiting to come up with something good using this stamp set. I've used it for the words before and the flower and the little sprig. Love the stamp set, but I just haven't taken the time to do something. So it's fall right now, it's October, and Christmas came. Like Christmas in July, there was online exclusives, which I loved, jumped into that. Then there was fall. Let's make some fall cards. Okay, Thanksgiving and then Halloween. It's like, okay, I know it's October and it would be very easily to fall into everything holiday. And then right after that is Valentine's Day. But sometimes don't you just want to go, oh, and wouldn't it be nice to have a spa day? Whether it's just going and getting a manicure, pedicure, or just a manicure. It doesn't have to be the full-blown spa, facial, steam. It doesn't have to be all that, but just a day to go, oh, this is a me day. So that's what, to me, this card is. Another thing is this paper right here. This has been in the annual catalog since May, and the minute I saw it, I loved it. The minute I saw it, I bought a lot of it, and I haven't used it. I'm just waiting for the special right moment, and I think it works perfectly under here. This project I saw online, and it was artisan Bree Renwick, who made a card very similar to this, and I got inspiration from her card. So here it is, and look at like a little candle. So this is today's project, and this is going to be thank you for your order card. So anyone that has placed an order of $50 plus in October, you will be getting one of these. And I really love how it came out, and I really like spa days too. Whether it be part just a manicure pedicure, or whether it's the full everything. I like it all. You know what's funny is Emma gave me a gift card for Mother's Day a few years ago, and I came across it, and it's like, I have a feeling this was really expensive. So I called them because the expiration date had passed by 2 weeks. That's how old it was. They go, oh, don't worry, we'll honor it. And just trying to take time to get over there, and they wanted more than a half a day. But I went, and I'm like, why don't I do this more often? It's just really nice. So that's what this all represents to me. And you notice there's no dies, there's just the stamp set. So there's a lot of hand cutting, but this cute little thing right down here, let me show you that. There's punch outs. There's, I think it's 2 sheets in the package of die cut art already ready to roll. So this, I gave credit to Bree Renwick for the lovely design. We'll use embossing buddy, iridescent pearls, papers. Here it is. So other than these 3 pieces, and then the one we're going to use today, everything is still here. I punched out all these pieces. Let me make sure you can see them. Oh, look at this sheet. This is fun. Okay, hold on. Let's do this right. So there's this sheet. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I know it's kind of summery, springy, but I like it. Look at that. I mean, you could do something wonderful with that. This one I'll show you in a minute. And then there's this one that you could cut the pieces out. Plus the 2 sheets that I punched all these little die cut pieces out. But look at this one. Excuse me. This is pieces for the front of a card or the inside of a card, and they're already cut just to fit perfectly in there. So if you did this, had a sentiment you like, and if you got some dies like the Unbounded Love, you could just put your sentiment. Ooh, what about, hold on. But this is a whole sheet of these things, just different shapes. So if you had it on here, ooh, this is gonna go, oh, I thought that was peacock. to remedy that. Oh, that looks nice with that basic beige. Look how perfectly that fits. Then if you put your sentiment on here, a little ribbon or a few embellishments, you're set. And this is a whole sheet of them. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so there's that. Plus, I was going to turn it over so you can see all of the little pieces. I'm trying to find a sheet that has white on the back of it. And it doesn't always work like that. So look at all these pieces. And I'll just spread them out a little bit. That would be cute for a sentiment. But look how cute each one of these are. If you have that on, can you tell I'm making a mess? I'm not getting anywhere on the card. I'm just oogling at this paper again. So if you had that, maybe granny apple layer on there or white, then this in your sentiment. Nice paper. So give this a try. Very, very nice. Oh, there's my other packages of it. I have 3 packages. Okay. This gets tucked away. Okay, and then I also used this winter paper. I don't have the name. I think it's, I know winter is in the title. It's in the annual catalog. It is, also these pages are very neutral. It is called Winter Meadow and it's on page 101, this paper here. And Stampin' Up! Says that they're going to get a little bit better about giving us an inventory and index for finding things. So I look forward to that. Okay, so we'll use that paper. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Here's a stamp set. Well, let's just dive right on into this. So to start out by coloring these kind of apothecary type containers, glass jars, I saw them in all different colors. And personally, I have a few that are in the bright cobalt blue, which are very nice. Thought about that. But when Bree did hers in the copper clay, it's like, oh, that's nice. I'm going to do that. I think the blue might clash with the leaves and the designer paper. Okay, so we have that. This is... So I started out by taking a strip of white paper and coloring my jars and my lids. That's right here. It came out just fine, but I was coloring a lot, trying to get it to blend. I colored a lot, a whole lot. I think they look good, but I thought, I'm going to go through 3 cards, make 3 cards, and my blends for these colors are going to be exhausted. I'm like, well, let me get smart about it. And what if I stamp it on copper clay and then do just a little bit of blending on that? That worked out a bit better. I think that the lids are not quite as vibrant, but weighing the ease of coloring it on the colored cardstock versus coloring it on the white paper and coloring it completely, this one. Also, if you keep on coloring, sometimes you saturate the paper. Like if you look here on the side, just because I kept on trying to get it copper clay light on the inside and the outside copper clay dark, and I kept on going over this to make it darker and darker, and on all of them it ended up bleeding a little bit through the memento line art. So I think this is a better way to go. So this is what we'll do here in just a minute. And then I thought, do I have to color the flames and cut them out? Oh my gosh. So I ended up stamping the little flame right there, which we'll do in just a minute, directly onto the paper. And I think that's kind of 3D and that's just fine. Same with the inside. The flame is stamped right on there. So I'll still use this, but it's quite a challenge. get this a little bit close. Okay, so those are the inside papers. We'll stamp, well, we could just do those right now. Stamp in Memento. I'm going to stamp 4 items. This little dropper one, the lotion one, and the candle. And I'm going to do the candle 2 times because the candle is on the inside also. Okay, so this is the lotion. Oop, I smudged it. I'm going to stamp it at the bottom. It's a little bit closer. Okay, and the dropper. Okay, and 2 candles. Since I have the ink pad out on the basic gray paper, I was looking for smoky slate, but I found basic gray and I thought, well, that looks pretty good, pretty close. So now I'm going to do the lid for those 4 items. So I have 1 lotion pump top, 2 candle lids, and 1 dropper for essential oils. I don't know what it's for. The spa thing, you don't know what they're doing. All of a sudden you smell things and they put lotions and oils, and it's for some of that stuff. Okay. So now I have all my pieces. I'm going to cut them out. Look at that. There they are. So to color them in, you see how it's kind of a little bit easier than coloring starting from white. So I'm going to do copper clay dark right along the edge. And because this is colored cardstock, it's a little bit thirstier. But also, if you go over this 1 layer of color more than once, it seems like it wants to bleed outside the line. So it's getting just 1 layer of ink. While that's still wet, I'm going to use copper clay light. And I'm not going to really take too much time to blend it, because I'm fine if there's a little bit of a seam in between the 2 colors. At this point, they look pretty much the same. I think when it dries, it'll look a little darker on the outside edge. Try not to put too much color. I cut really close to the edge on these, mostly because I was trying to cut off where the blends, where it bled over the line. That's one thing, if I did it on the white paper, I would have that little nice white border to identify each of the bottles. But doing it this way, you don't get that. So now I'm just going to fill this all in. Because we're using blends, I'm not going to worry about the color streaking, because when it dries, it will be all smooth. And also, I'm not going to worry about blending the light color into the dark. Because I did it pretty quick, you really don't need it. And at this point, it looks a little bit streaky, but when it dries, it'll be smoother. So there's that one. So if you look at the difference, it looks better. A little bit darker. It is just a little splotchy, but it still has, these are new markers, it still has a bit of dry time. Okay, so I'll do the same process. Dark. light, at least to the middle. Dark. And light. This one I keep wanting to go, do I dare? Make the edges darker. And light. And one more to go. Then we'll do the lids, which is a little bit quicker. But that, instead of doing, because I wanted them black, instead of doing them black, which would color right over all the detail that the stamp provides, because see how there's like the line bottle streaking here on the side, it would cover that all up. So I'm going to use black light and smoky slate dark to make it look like it's black. Okay, the bottles are done. Okay, so now on to the lids. So there's a pumper, lotion, drip, and a couple of candles. So I'll start out with black. Let me see how this tip is. Oh, that's not good. Black, light, just on the edges. So much easier doing it on colored paper rather than the white paper. Been wanting to use this set. I love it. It'd be great to give a Christmas gift and have a gift card in there, like what Emma did. It's very nice. It was a whole day. It had a massage, a facial, which I've never had. I've had all kinds of massage, different types. And then after that, it included a manicure or a pedicure. Like, really? I think it included both of them, but I said I just got my nails done just a few days before. What did I do instead? I think it was like a foot massage or something that I've never done before. But it was a whole day. It's very nice. Afterwards I said, "You spent too much on this, Emma." She's like, "Oh, it's for Mother's Day." Okay, so we have all that put together. So now in here, see the candle, how the lid is just kind of leaning off to the side? I'm going to do the treat yourself. Right on here. This paper is probably a little bit bigger than needed. So, in Memento Black, treat yourself. And now I'm going to use my little paper cutter right here under this tabletop and cut that out. And if you're making this, you'll need to cut this as close to the letters as you can. Otherwise, it's too big on the jar, the bottle jar. And we can attach that. So one of the next steps is the little white strips that are attached to the designer paper. They measure 3.5, and I purposely made them various widths. So how about if I put the lids onto these, and then we could do the little white strips. Dimensionals. So to attach the lid, I'll take this and put it halfway on here, halfway onto the lid top. Then I'll put a little glue right here at the top because the stamp goes way up to here, and I left a little excess at the top so I would have something to attach the lid to. So when I put this right here, see, oh, okay, there you go. So this one is the lotion pumper. Just let that dry. Then I'll put more dimensionals on it, put it on. And the candle gets nothing. This little one gets the dropper top. So again, I'll put the dimensional half on, half off. Touch of glue at the top. And this little dropper top. Okay, dry. The black is for the words, so let's do that. Have my embossing buddy. And I'm going to use Versamark, the stamp. Then into the white powder. Then I'm going to cut it right across here. And there it is. If ever you have black paper and you did white embossing on it and you've got the little freckles everywhere, even though you used your embossing buddy, you can take a black Sharpie, and just so you don't have a lot of them, if you have a lot of them, just do it over. but the Sharpie goes right over the top of the little white dots. If you look at it from a side view, sometimes the Sharpie looks like it's red-black, but if you're looking at it from most directions, you can't see the color in the Sharpie ink. But it sure makes a difference on here. Okay. So that's good. So this is going to go on the card front, but we have to do a little bit more assembly of the card. So the insides are there. And look which one I picked out. Isn't that beautiful? I love the shadowing in it. I love the colors too. Okay, so these Christmas just get stuck down onto the peacock. And now in the video description, I have the paper cut sizes. And there's also a link that will take you to my online store, and it'll show you all the item numbers for everything used today. Okay, so to do these white little panels, they're all 3.5, and they're just random, just because I have a drawer full of white pieces, because you never know. These are good for word sentiments and dies, but I was just using, it's really nice to use up some of these. I don't like throwing them away. And I just cut them to 3.5, and that's what this big old pile is here, 3.5 inch. And just take random sizes. You don't want them all the same size, otherwise you'll go crazy trying to get them perfectly equal on here. I might need some more. Let's see. Good, good, good. Yeah, I think I need more. How about this one? That's just gonna do it. Okay, so I have a little tip for arranging these. Put glue on the top one and glue the bottom one. And we know about the distance between these other pieces, these other panels. So the top one, I'm looking at how much space is up here, and these two sides are equal. Okay, so if you're doing this, I have a challenge for you. Try not to take the white paper, turn it over to put adhesive on it. You're like, what? Because I just naturally take it, turn it over, and put adhesive here. They're both the same. I probably just now turned it over again. It's hard. That's just what we do. We turn papers over. Okay, so this one I'm getting the sides equal and this bottom amount about the same. Okay, so now all of these pieces, I'm just checking how much space is in between each of these panels. Like this much right here equals that. It equals this. That does not equal that one. So let's tighten these up a little bit. And in the end, if it isn't perfectly straight, or even if they're not cut to exactly 3.5, it's okay. Don't get all riled up about that. It's just fine. If I show you the sample card, you're going to say, oh yeah, you really didn't do so good there. Oh, I can't wait to use this one. A little bit crooked from here to there. This piece is longer than that piece. This alley way is bigger than that one, but you didn't even notice, huh? So it's okay. So I'm just going to take off this one. Now turn it over. You see that? I did it. And then attach it. And I'm just trying to look at that little street right there. That looks good. These pieces are not the same size, but that's okay. Now do this one. And a lot of it at the bottom is going to be covered up by that die cut piece and by your bottles. So you won't even be able to tell. Okay, we're getting there. I turned it over. I'm going to make a few of these. Maybe I could see if I get at least one of them where I don't flip it over to put the glue on it. Okay, so there it is. And if you look close, you're going to say, yeah, they're not all equal, but that's okay. We could put this on. That goes on with dimensionals. That can go right up here. Okay. And then let's see if this is here, or should it be this way? Maybe that way. I don't think there's any wrong. And then this can go under here. Maybe this needs to go lower. And the candle, maybe I could shake it up a little bit. Have the candle here. Put it on top. I think that's better. I don't want to cover up the flowers. And then this essential oils can go, put this more in the middle. So these can go on top. Okay, and with that, now I know the candle, I'm thinking about the flame. That's right there. I'll see if I could get the flame right here. And that is in Memento. There. Oh, you kind of can't see the top of it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know I want to see the top of the flame. It didn't look so good without the top of it. There it is. Cute little flame. Look how cute that is. Okay, so the flame is Pumpkin Pie Dark for the flame center, and then Daffodil Dark for the flame, the tip of the flame. Okay, so let's start building this. So these are, I think everything is going to go on with dimensionals. So dimensionals on here. You know what I can do? I'll put dimensionals on the top and glue on the bottom. So the flowers can be a little bit more prominent. Just like that. Okay, then I'll put dimensionals on here and then glue on the tips of the die cut. You know, just a minute, I'm not sure. So that can go there. Oh, isn't that just pretty? Oh, I had to wait and see, where does this go? Maybe lower. That's going to go underneath. So I'll put glue on the side and then a dimensional under this side right here. Dimensional. And then glue right here. Boy, I wish that I had a whole bunch of these. I'm really liking that. Okay, the candle's in the middle, or the flame is in the middle of the candle, kind of. Now it is. And this can cover up my, that could go right there with a little bit of the white showing through. So I'll put another dimensional up here and then glue the bottom of it. I like all the different heights too. Tall, medium, small. Okay, so these, I'll put glue underneath them. So they're kind of flat. And then I have the lid to the candle to attach. Where should that go? No, I think over here. You could see more of it. So glue on that tip and a half dimensional underneath my finger. Half a dimensional right there. And then glue right up here. So in the catalog, where they're showing this stamp set, they also showed the pearlized enamel effects, these things. This, and it comes in a 3-pack. It comes with white, black, and red. And they showed where you put it on a silicone sheet, let it dry, and it will be pearls. I'm like, I've been meaning to do that too. So here, I tried these. I think they're dry. But the way I did it, and I don't even know if it's going to work yet. I'm going to do these a little bit bigger than those, is you just take a bunch, put it on there, okay, a little bigger. That one's bigger. I'm going to let those dry, and let's see, I think they should be dry. I did it a few hours ago. So because I was impatient, I used iridescent pearls for the sample card, but I would love to use these. Maybe it's still a little wet. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I think the bigger ones are going to be better though. Still might be a little wet, because when I push with my snips, it's denting a little bit. Oh, those are kind of cute. Ooh. I see it though. Ooh. I'll find it. I know there's one right here. But you can make a lot of pearls. I'll find it later. So I'll put maybe 1, 2, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe eventually I'll have the 6th one. Oh, they're just tiny little things. I guess it would be just as easy to do the dripper right directly onto there, but that's okay. They're really tiny. I made them really tiny. Ooh. That one rolled around in the glue. I'll hold these up so you can see. Kind of cute. I guess if you wanted some super tiny pearls, this is the way to go. Kind of like them. But I think I really like this size one right here. I like them a little bit bigger. Well, then they just look like pearls that we buy. Okay, I'm going to find that one. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, where's it going to go? It can go right over here. This one's a little bigger. Okay, I'm going to hold this up. And keep in mind, there's glue underneath it, and the glue will dry clear. Look how cute that is. Oh. Okay, so this is done. So let's work on the inside. The inside is going to do another candle, and then the stamps, these stamps come with, see, I'm liking this thing. Do you think it should be arcing down or arcing up? So these come in here. So we're going to do that. Stamp the flame on there, and these are ready to roll. No words, so you can put whatever you want. You could put a gift card in there. Okay, so let's start out with doing the flame. The flame could go right there. And doing the flowers. Okay, so have you masked before? And so I'm asking you that because see the flower, how this one is on top and this one is underneath? Then see the greenery, how it's all back behind the flowers? So we're going to do that today. So people get confused by, okay, we're going to mask. Now, which do I stamp first? What do I mask? What do I do? The rule is stamp front to back. So I'm going to stamp this flower, mask it, and stamp that flower because that one is behind this one. Might not be all that easy to see because the colors are very similar. Okay, so that's the front flower. I have a little mask. I took a Post-it, stamped on it, cut it out. Okay, next in line is this one. And I would say that's all you need, but we have to put the greenery behind there. And I don't want the greenery going over my flower. So here's another mask. And for the greenery, I'm using soft seafoam just because it's kind of almost a bit neutral. So, greenery. And all of these ends are going to be covered by my candle. Greenery. Could do more greenery. I could keep going. Yeah, get out of control. Okay, so we can take the masks off. Look at that. They're all clean. They're all in the front. And I'm going to color my candle flame in pumpkin dark, daffodil dark. Then my flower, the stem, is going to be in lagoon. And this is so small, you could probably just do it in one color. Lagoon dark. Lagoon light. And then because I was trying to copy the color that's on the front, these little bits, I'm going to use peach dark and petal dark. So peach dark will be the parts of the petals, the flower petals, that are closest to the stem. And then I'll do petal to show the petal tips, the flower petal tips. Just fill it all in. Okay, so that is it. And I'll put my candle on and the lid on. So the candle will go on with 2 big dimensionals. And I need it to be centered on the flame, right about there. And then the candle top. I have a few candles that have tops like that, and they're so nice because when it comes time to putting it out, you just put the lid on and it just goes out, just like that. I guess they've been around for a long time. I'm thinking about Yankee candles. I've gone through my share of Yankee candles, and they have lids too. So there's the half-dimensional stick. And glue on this end because it's going to ride up on the candle edge. I want to have the lid like it's resting on the tabletop. Okay, dry. That's it for the inside. I went a little crazy with the greenery. I kind of wish the candle was a little bit closer to the flowers. Because see how it looks like they're really tucked back behind the candle? These are a little bit more spaced out. It's fine and all. Okay, so this is going to go on with Stampin' Seal. And I'm purposely staying away from the edges a little bit because I just put glue on that and I don't want to turn the whole thing over to put adhesive on it. So there's that. Then, look how pretty this is. So I do like these little, look at the difference. These are just a little bit more delicate and maybe not as shiny. I like both of them definitely, but that's kind of fun how that worked out. I should test it to see what the difference is by doing it on the silicone sheet, letting it dry, picking it up, which is an extra step, or just putting it directly on here. Fun stuff. Okay, so let's put the inside in, right in here. Go right Okay, there it is. This is today's project. What do you think? Do you like that? I love it. And I love that I'm using the stamp set finally and this package of paper. Okay, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.